to my dearest Ivory. There is a story that echoes through the ancient myths, one of love and longing, but also one of separation and return. It is the story of Hades and Persephone. Hades, lord of the underworld, fell deeply in love with Persephone the moment he saw her. The pull of her beauty and spirit was irresistible to him, so much so that he could not imagine his world without her light. So he brought her to his dark kingdom, creating a life that, in its own way, offered her a unique kind of beauty, a place where she too grew to reign as queen. Yet their story is not without its trials. For part of the year, Persephone returns to her mother, Demeter, the goddess of the harvest, leaving Hades to wait in the cold and shadow of his realm. This cycle of loss and reunion reflects the changing seasons, as Demeter mourns her daughter's absence by letting the world fall into winter's chill, only to bloom with life and color when Persephone returns. I cannot help but see myself in Hades longing for Persephone. Like him, the thought of being without you, even for a moment, weighs heavy on my heart. When I imagine the day that we finally find one another, I know that I would never want you to leave my side. The idea of time apart seems almost unbearable, yet I must acknowledge the wisdom that lies within their tale, for it teaches us that love too follows the rhythm of the seasons. There will be moments when, like Persephone, you may need to return to your own world, to the things that make you who you are, just as I must sometimes retreat into my music, my mythology, and my philosophy. Each of these aspects of my life is like a season. Sometimes I am engulfed in the music of my soul. Other times I am wrapped in the stories of the gods. And still other times I ponder the great questions of existence. Each has its time, its season, and its place. And while I may fear the chill of winter when you are not near, I know that spring will always come again, bringing you back to me as Persephone returns to Hades. Yet, unlike Hades, I would never seek to hold you against your will. The beauty of love is in its freedom, in the way it allows us to grow and change, just as the world turns from winter to spring, from summer to autumn. And I know that even in the moments when our paths must diverge, when you need time for your passions, just as I do, our love will remain, unwavering and eternal, as constant as the cycle of the seasons. The story of Hades and Persephone reminds me that change is not something to fear, but something to embrace. Just as the earth cannot always be bathed in sunlight, so too must we accept that there are times of quiet, of solitude, that allow us to reflect and grow. But when we come together again, when the seasons change once more, our bond will be stronger for it. Ivory, once I find you, I will build a life with you where our love, like the turning of the seasons, will grow deeper with each passing year. We will create a world where we reign together, not in the shadows, but in the light of mutual love and respect. Our lives will be filled with music, stories, and philosophy, each in its time, each contributing to the harmony of our shared existence. And in that world, there will always be spring, for though the seasons may change, my love for you will remain constant, a warmth that endures through even the coldest winter. Until we find each other, know that my heart is already yours, with all my love. Wendell. I love you, Ivory. Come be queen of my kingdom. It's not the underworld, but it is full of music, philosophy, and mythology.